This episode of the Acts of Geekery podcast is for people ages 8 to 8.5. Some assembly required. Audio equipment sold separately. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Acts of... I already screwed up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Acts of Geekery podcast, episode 50. I'm Corey.
And I'm Scott.
And we screwed up because we haven't been back. We haven't had an episode for
that. Is an indicator of how this show is going to go.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's the perfect episode because there's no news.
There's none. I know. Nothing has been going on for the past 2 weeks.
There's nothing.
Well, we're back.
Yes.
After a little short hiatus of family parties and 4th of July.
Yep.
And,
I'm Corey.
And I'm Scott.
In case you didn't know.
We already did that.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh, see, here we go. Should we just start over?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. We're going to go right into the news.
All right.
Where am I?
The pit of despair. Don't even think.
Don't even think about trying to escape.
I'm Corey.
Yes, you are.
I'm Corey.
You're also special, according to our mother.
It's true. So,
and the state of Utah.
Legally
special.
No, I don't wish. See how special I am?
Yep.
I wish I was special. Before we get into the big news today, let's go through birthdays. The last couple weeks, some people have had some birthdays, and
only a few. Only a few people have had birthdays. No one else.
Yep.
It's not like there's millions of people that have had their birthdays.
Yep.
In the last 2 weeks.
Burt Ward turned 70.
He is something old.
Yes, he's Robin from the original
right.
1960s.
I knew he was
Batman
from like the old
Robin.
Batman, but I couldn't remember who he played.
Yep. Sylvester Stallone is 69.
He only looks it in his face. Mm-hmm. Otherwise,
he's jacked until you get to his face.
Until you get to his face.
But his face. Yep. Tom Cruise is 53.
Yeah, this one's always surprising to me. I'm like, he's that old? Wow.
Yeah.
He's also really short.
You know who's not aging well, by the way? Ben Stiller.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not aging well.
I saw Night at the Museum 3.
Yeah.
A month and a half ago or so. Yeah, he's looking pretty old.
Yeah. And then this last one surprised me. Margot Robbie, our new Harley Quinn, she's 25.
That's not surprising.
No, that is surprising to me.
Not to me.
It's surprising to me because
young.
that's how old I am, Scott.
Right.
Like, I don't expect actors to be as old as me.
Yeah, look at this, Corey. She's 25 and looks the way she does, and you're 25 and you look the way you do.
You are such a dick. Well, okay. Now that I've been thoroughly thrashed and have the lowest self-esteem possible.
It will not be the last time.
No, it won't be. But let's talk about San Diego Comic-Con 2015. It happened. I think it's still going on right now as we're recording this.
It's almost done, though, I would imagine.
There was some stuff. Joss Whedon, for example, I just saw this on Facebook. Joss Whedon answered a fan's question about what the meaning of life is. And he didn't just say 42. Like, he came out with this huge, long spiel, like, he'd really thought about this question. It was crazy.
Weird.
Yeah. But
he'd had it saved in his drafts of his email for a long time. He just copied and pasted it.
He's like, just in case. Well, it was live, he copied it from his email and pasted it into his brain.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, where do you think it came from? His brain.
Yeah, but
in the first place, it's probably just
you're acting like he pasted it and just emailed it to that person.
It's probably
it's
one
in
of those
your email.
It's probably one of those things that he was going to put into a movie or something at one point, like a big speech from a character.
You know what? Yeah,
and they cut it out because someone didn't like it or it was too long.
I'm going to save that for later.
Yeah, Captain America would say something like this.
He would talk about the meaning of life. But what happened at Comic-Con? Let's talk about some of the highlights. First of all, in the world just strictly of comics, Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to cross over.
They're going to die?
What?
They're crossing over.
Oh.
Isn't that what they call it? Like when you die, you cross over.
Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to snuff.
I thought that the purple dude, Donatello, is dead.
Yeah, Donatello is dead. But I'm sure this crossover is going to be like a side story where you get to see all four turtles.
I could totally see Gotham City having mutant turtles in the sewer because
true.
guess what? It already has a mutant crocodile dude.
That's probably going to be the villain, to be honest.
Yeah, probably true.
And then the other news that I heard is that a Spider-Man Deadpool comic is coming.
They've done team-ups in the past, and they've always been fantastic.
Yep, because they're both sarcastic as heck.
There's a...
And you know what's funny? Spider-Man gets to play the straight man with Deadpool.
Yes.
And that's the best.
Yeah, because there's even a clip, or not a clip, a panel, I guess is what you call it. A panel where Spider-Man's crawling up the side of a building and Deadpool's riding him and yelling, "Wee!"
Yes.
You know? It's
Yep.
just, yeah. Oh, Deadpool. Oh, Deadpool.
Yeah, I can't wait for Deadpool. Anything Deadpool these days.
I know.
And we'll talk about that just in a few moments, but let's talk about some TV stuff that came out. Arrow. You know, The Arrow.
The Arrow. Mm-hmm.
Green Arrow. He's now going to be called Green Arrow in season 4, and they revealed his suit for the next season. It
looks great.
It looks like Injustice. It looks more like Injustice, a little bit less like...
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And
the other thing, too, is someone came out and said something about we're a little sorry for the whole Olicity stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, Oliver, Felicity, garbage.
You mean how season 3 was just a fanfic?
Yeah, pretty much. And they kind of were like, sorry, trust me, season 4 will be fantastic.
Okay.
So,
all right,
because
I was getting a little sick of it. And, you know, it's not that... They can have the love story in there.
I love me some Felicity Smoke. Don't get me wrong. She's a fantastic character.
Except for in season 3, where all she does is complain and then walk out the door.
Yep.
And then walk into another door, complain to somebody else, and then walk out that door.
That's literally all she does.
Also, Stephen Amell came out at the beginning of the panel dressed as Green Arrow.
Nice.
And told everybody that they had failed the city to cheers. And then after everybody quiet down, he goes, "My name is Oliver Queen," and they freak out again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he's getting through all his iconic lines that we've all heard 50 billion times.
Well, you know, in the comics, people know who
Oh, yeah.
Green Arrow is. They know he's Oliver Queen. Mm-hmm. He's come out and revealed his identity.
It's because rich boys can't keep it to themselves, except for Bruce Wayne.
Tell that to every girl he's ever dated.
It's true.
Hey, want to know my secret identity? Yeah.
And then we have some Flash news. Jay Garrick is confirmed for season 2.
Oh, that kind of Flash. I was thinking like people at San Diego Comic-Con were running around flashing other people. Wow.
That in San Diego Comic-Con, that does mean people were running up to other people as the Flash.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
They're like, cosplay idea. Run around in a trench coat. Run up, you got a Flash costume underneath it.
That's perfect. Copyright Brothers Geek.
Yes.
Wait, Acts of Geekery.
Acts of Geekery.
That's the official name. Yeah. Something. And in fact, Jake Garrick did get casted, and I saw an article of it. Nobody I recognize. TV stars.
But that's not the news. The news is not who they cast for. The news is the fact that there is going to be a Jay Garrick. Mm-hmm. And the helmet was not just a, haha, look at this, hey, fun.
Yep.
I mean, it's really something real to happen. They also announced that Zoom is going to be the bad guy.
Really?
Not the Reverse Flash. Professor Zoom.
Professor Zoom.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So they're going down that road, whatever.
Road out.
So that's cool.
Cool.
I'm excited. That's coming up shortly. Next few months.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait. We've been kind of like lacking. I feel like something's been missing in my life, and it happens to be the fact that it's summer and there's no TV shows.
It's the mindless TV that we're not watching.
There was some talk about the new Archie series called Riverdale that is now moved over to the CW.
Okay.
So CW is getting yet another teenage drama show.
That's all their shows. The Flash. I mean, sorry.
They were like, let's see, who's going to be able to run Archie? Get those One Tree Hill guys.
Yeah. Man. CW is going to have to like make new time slots. Or something.
10 o'clock.
They're going to have to create a time warp so they can get more time. Mm-hmm. They don't have to get rid of their stupid stuff.
Lousy,
like
smart
Jane
weather.
Jane the Virgin and
the
Vampire Diaries. And,
they're not getting rid of that.
No, that's
huge.
Are you
kidding?
Yeah.
That's like every teenage girl's fantasy show.
Yeah. There was also, I don't know if you have this on here, so sorry if this is too early. There was also, we talked about it a little bit before, but it got brought up again about Superman cameo in The Flash.
Oh, yeah. So
Tom Welling.
Tom Welling is
from Smallville.
Probably going to be Superman. which is interesting.
Maybe. I'm curious if he's going to be Superman as well in Supergirl. I know they're different companies, but they're also owned by the same company. But they're also
I know
different
Laura
companies.
Vandervoot is actually going to have a cameo in Supergirl.
Okay, that'd be kind of cool.
And I know that
I think
we'll talk about some casting news from them later, and then one of the villains that they're talking about for the series is Livewire, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I thought she'd be a good Flash villain, to be honest.
Yeah, because she's electricity.
Yeah.
So moves at the speed of light.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on to movies. Moving to movies. And there's other news in this section that we don't cover because we have a trailers and video section.
Yep.
And there's some big stuff there. The Killing Joke animated movie is coming. Another DC classic that is being turned into a full movie. It's going to be interesting how they do it because I've read The Killing Joke and it really doesn't have much to it. It's like a 2-issue arc, really, 2 or 3 issue arc.
Yeah.
And I mean, all that really happens is Barbara Gordon gets shot, Commissioner Gordon gets captured. He gets shown some images that imply that Barbara was more than just shot by the Joker, and then Batman grabs.
That's the whole him smiley face thing, right?
Yeah. Well, no. That's the cover. That's kind of what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the idea is that when he shot Barbara, he didn't know she was Batgirl. First of all, he just thought it was Commissioner Gordon's daughter.
Right.
And he shot her and then raped her. That's the idea.
That's what it's
comic.
alluding to. No one knows for sure, and I'm sure the writers aren't going to come out and say it.
I don't know. And at the end of the Killing Joke, by the way, you don't know if Batman kills the Joker at all.
But they can do it because, according to Assault on Arkham, it doesn't have to have a PG rating.
Exactly. Yeah, PG-13. So. That thing was bloody and innuendo heavy.
Well, there was a sex scene in it.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I think DC Animated is finally getting to the point where they're like, our audience is actually
young adult.
Yeah, young adult to young or 25-something males,
That would be young adult.
Really? When do you stop being a young adult?
I don't know.
I thought young adult just meant
25.
Yeah. Okay, that's the cut line. I've only got a few more months to go, and then
Yeah.
I'm a full adult.
Yep.
Glad to hear it. We also got a huge announcement. They said that they are making a Green Lantern Corps movie.
Live action?
Yeah. Like their Green Lantern movie is going to be Green Lantern Corps.
I'll tell you what. Every critic's review. Every review I've ever read of the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds says when they're in space and they're doing stuff with the Corps, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it. It's when they come back to Earth where it's like, this sucks.
Yep. And we know that Tyrese Gibson was pretty much saying that he's already taken the oath
Okay.
to be Green Lantern, so he's Jon Stewart.
They released a promo picture
Yes.
that looks very much like Chris Pine.
Yep.
Very much. Like, it's him.
Interesting.
So I think he's gonna be our Hal Jordan.
I hope so.
I don't think he would be a good Kyle Rayner. I think
No.
he'd be a good Hal Jordan.
You have to get somebody who's kind of got that deadbeat look to him to be Kyle Rayner, because Kyle's kind of the the downtrodden artist, whatever kind of thing. So,
what about who would play a good Guy Gardner?
Conan O'Brien.
No. Oh gosh.
He's the only ginger I know.
No.
Oh, the guy who played Ron Weasley, Rupert Grint.
No.
You find a good
I
ginger.
know. Anyone can be a ginger. Corey.
Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Guy's a lot more angry though.
Anybody can be angry, Scott.
No. Don't say that. That's not true.
Yeah.
Not anyone can play an angry character.
Yeah. Better than a ginger
No,
character.
stop. The guy that played Rorschach. Done.
Okay, yeah.
Earl Haley or
Jackie Earl Haley. Yep.
Done.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Yep. He's a
We can
ginger
stop
and he's
arguing.
angry.
Yep. He's an angry ginger.
Yes, he is. Is he angry because he's a ginger, or is he just angry and also a ginger? Because I know lots of happy gingers. They're not always angry.
That's true. Sorry, I had to write down the angry ginger.
I know more angry brown-haired people. So,
And then last, for just like movie news that we've perused,
okay.
Hugh Jackman has teased Old Man Logan for Wolverine 3.
Wolverine. What's number 2?
The Wolverine.
So the first one was Wolverine Origins. Okay.
Yeah. For his final Wolverine
I'm okay
story.
because he's already getting up there in age,
Uh-huh.
and he hates the diet and he hates how hard it is, and that's fine.
And his wife hates how hard it is on him.
And so him doing the Old Man Logan story, I think it would be hilarious if he let himself go just a little bit.
Yeah.
And he had like a slight beer gut because, I mean, the guy drinks beer all the time. He's Canadian, of course. You know, and of course he is not clean shaven anymore. You know,
Give him some scruff.
Yeah, give him a little gray, and that'd be cool.
Okay. So there was other stuff. People at the con got a first look at Suicide Squad trailer and everything. We didn't get it,
But we saw a leaked version.
but we don't really talk about leaked stuff.
So we're gonna kind of make a rule
trailers.
right here and now on the podcast, and we'll break it, I'm sure, way in the future.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's leaked and high quality, you know, like an HD actual version, we're okay with that. We're fine with discussing it. But these are, someone has their camera and they're holding it above people's heads, and they're probably covering the screen so that it doesn't show up, so the security doesn't kick them out.
But that means they can't really look.
They
at
can't
what
really
they're
focus,
shooting.
and so it's always crooked or off at an angle,
Yeah.
and the audio is usually terrible. So if you want to see it,
Yeah,
you can find
you can find it.
It's not hard to find.
And from what it sounded like, it sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
I think everything sounded pretty good. But again, bad audio. You can't really tell if the Joker's voice is any good until you see the full trailer.
I kind of, from what I heard, I liked the Joker voice. I am less critical of the Joker.
Yeah.
I talked about this before, and how I didn't like the tattoos and I didn't like the grill and stuff like that. And after seeing it on screen and seeing it kind of in action, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, and we'll be getting it soon. It'll be the next couple weeks. They'll come out with the official high definition on YouTube 1080p trailer. We can watch it and we can talk all about it. It'll be fantastic.
Same with the Deadpool trailer.
It got
Leaked
as well.
And that, I mean, we've been quoting that all day.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
If you want to go watch one, I mean, that one's worse than the Suicide Squad trailer in terms of quality, but it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's a not safe for work.
Yeah, no, we're definitely getting a rated R Deadpool, and
yeah.
I really hope it works. And if you're a fan of Deadpool, but you're not a fan of going to the movies,
You still need
get over that
Yep.
fear and go, because they need support so that we can get less PG-13 movies and more rated R. And I'm not saying just because rated R better, but usually when they're doing a rated R character, like the Punisher, like Deadpool, like Red Hood, rated R, you need to do it that way, because
there's certain ones that you just can't.
They're very violent. They're very bloody. They're very crude.
We want our boys movie.
We want the boys. Yes, we do.
Or Irredeemable.
I don't know if I want that as a movie or a TV series.
That would be a better TV series, actually, yeah.
Well, no. Budget. I mean, we got to look at budget. Irredeemable Superman.
True.
I mean, we got to have big budget for that.
Yeah, well,
But
we'll see how they do with Supergirl.
Anyways, you can find that one as well. It's not hard to get.
You know what I'm really pissed off about, Scott?
What?
Nobody leaked the Warcraft trailer. The problem with Warcraft fans is that they're all like elitist. Like, oh, we're here and nobody else is. We're not showing this at all.
And
so
you want to know the other problem with them? Half or more have never played the original Warcraft games.
I know. Not like
so
us.
how can they be elitist when they haven't played? They haven't played Warcraft 1 on a 33 megahertz computer and then hit the turbo button because it made your buildings go twice as fast.
Good times.
That was a long time
Good
ago.
times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Early 90s.
But we do know when the Warcraft trailer is coming. It's coming in November.
It might be earlier. I'm sure someone might leak it or something.
And from what I saw of like posters, you can actually go and download a virtual reality simulator where you fly a griffin over Stormwind.
Oh, yeah.
Like the movie version. And I mean, from what I saw from posters, for people posting about like, oh, here's the armor, that's set up. And from what I read about the 5-minute preview that they showed, it looks fantastic.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that. November, they say it's coming in November. That means BlizzCon. They're going to show it at their opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
Which will be there. I mean, we'll be up there in the theater room.
Right.
But we'll be watching it.
Yeah.
You don't have anything going on, do you?
In October?
November.
I shouldn't. I mean, I know at work we've got to build a new data center, but I don't know if that's going to ever go for the weekend.
All right.
So, but I'll let you know.
And then we didn't get anything from Marvel Studios / Disney, just because we knew they weren't going. So,
which is weird.
Yeah. There's probably a lot more that just hasn't come out yet because people haven't gotten home. They've been so big with Comic-Con.
Well, what else? I mean, let's see. What has Marvel been working on? I know they're working on a little bit.
So they're working on Civil War.
But they haven't done much with it from
Doctor Strange is shooting in November, I think.
Yeah, so they haven't even started shooting on that. Yeah.
So, I mean, no, they've been filming for Civil War, though, Scott.
But they don't. I'm sure they don't have enough for a trailer.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, that's why they didn't go, is they didn't have anything to show. Yeah. But I just wanted to mention that again, nope, nothing from Marvel.
Except for Ant-Man next week.
Which means DC oh my gosh, Ant-Man next week. I'm sorry. I have to stop my train of thought whenever somebody mentions Ant-Man.
Corey's excited to go see Tiny Things. But what you were saying before, that means DC
won.
Yes.
I mean, they won hands down.
Yep.
It was a good day to be a DC fan yesterday. Mm-hmm. There was so much stuff that dropped. And we'll talk about the stuff that dropped for everybody when we get into our trailers and videos. But for now, let's talk about other news that's been coming down. And we'll start with the fact that Japan and America are going to war, Scott.
Yeah, I heard about this. And this is actually a war I fully support.
Yep.
Because it's a giant robot war.
Yep. So America has challenged Japan to a robot battle, and Japan has responded that yes, we've already got 10 ready.
And by America and by Japan, we don't mean the actual governments. No. We mean there are people or companies that are they're doing this for probably charity or for fun. Yeah. And I made that joke before. Japan's like, yeah, sure. They go into a hangar and there's already 50 prototypes ready to go. Yeah. Because, if anyone's going to develop giant robots, it's going to be Japan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because all the people in their government are old 80s kids that have grown up on Gundam and
if anyone's going to protect us from kaiju, it'll be Japan. Yep. But that was kind of a fun thing.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. Speaking of giant robots.
Yes, The Iron Giant, one of our favorite animated movies of all time.
Fantastic.
We watched it recently, and it's just as good as ever.
It's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
It's brilliant.
And they are releasing it to theaters again, Scott. Woo!
Now, I will tell you why I'm excited about this. Not just because I get to see it in theaters, because I never did in the first place.
No. I think it might have been direct to DVD, I want to say.
No, it was in 93. I'm sure it was out in theaters at some point.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But remember back in the early 90s, the theater experience was not like it is now.
No, it was get there an hour early so you can get a seat.
Because there was no reserved seating. There was,
I mean, we were kids. This is inside Utah. People outside of Utah, a lot of places still don't have reserved seating, and I feel sorry for all of you.
I actually have a coworker that's from Israel, and he said that when I came over here, I was shocked that they don't have. He said every theater in Israel has reserved seating, and they all have plush chairs.
Go Israel!
Awesome. I mean, other than
wait, we're gonna get raided now that I said go Israel.
No, we're allies with Israel.
Oh, we are.
It's Palestine that you're thinking of. I was gonna say, other than the rocket attacks while you're watching the theater, you know, from the Palestinians, but
it's like we're there.
So go to your it's fathomevents.com. You can find a theater near you. It's September 30th.
I know
we'll have an encore.
Tinseltown does Fathom event stuff.
Yep. So we'll have to go get some tickets for that.
Yes.
I think it'll be sweet. What I'm excited about is not the fact that I get to see it in theaters. It's the fact that it is going to have a few minutes of new scenes that they found, and I hope that it kicks off enough to remaster it in Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Because I only have a DVD version. They've never released it in Blu-ray.
I think they're going to do a Blu-ray.
I would be all over that.
Yep. Speaking of renewed, I winked at you there.
Please don't wink. Don't ever do that again. Oh man, that's scary.
It just takes a lot of effort. That's all. South Park has been renewed through 2019. That will be 23 seasons of South Park.
I think the only other animated is Simpsons that rival that. They're right behind the Simpsons in amount of episodes. They'll have 309 episodes, I think, by the end.
And I think Simpsons is just not stopping. because South Park is still going. They're like, we can't let South Park overtake us.
Yeah, we need to be the longest running of all time. Because what Simpsons on 26th? 7th?
I think it's 28th.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and I heard that Harry Shearer is coming back to The Simpsons.
Ned Flanders?
Yeah, Mr. Burns, the guy who left.
Oh, they probably talked him into it.
Well, he probably left, realized 2 months later that nobody wants to hire him.
Yeah.
And then came back to Simpsons.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, you're the Simpsons guy. Oh, gosh, shut up.
Yeah. Also, speaking of cartoons that are kind of long-running, Adventure Time is having its 8th season soon, and it's going to be renewed for that.
So if you're an Adventure Time fan, which you should be because it's hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. You'll get another season of it.
And we also have a premiere date for Guardians of the Galaxy, the TV series. They are premiering on Disney XD September 26th.
And I will definitely be watching that.
Ooh, speaking of Simpsons, I thought you'd like this, Scott. You should soon be able to buy Duff beer in stores.
I don't know why I would like. I hate beer.
Well, I mean, just like the fact
I
that
know, yeah.
Okay.
Duff. They need to do Duff. They need to do Pawtucket Pat.
Pawtucket, yep. Pawtucket Patriot.
Yep. And they need to do Slurm from Futurama.
I would drink Slurm like crazy.
Make it an energy drink. Really. Even if it's just
actually,
like,
I wouldn't drink it if it's an energy drink.
Even if it's just like Monster Energy or something, or bring back Adrenaline Rush from Sobe, which was delicious, by the way, and make it Slurm. Label it as Slurm. If I ever have like a Futurama themed party, I'm gonna go get a whole bunch of like Monster Energy drinks and stuff like that, and I'm gonna put Slurm labels on them.
Put extra syrup in there so it's all goopy.
It's gonna be fantastic.
All right.
So, anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy TV series coming out, and then Duff beer,
and
which I might have to buy a case just as like a collector's item. You know how how a lot of people will buy like the new Coca-Cola, and then they'll put it on their shelf as a collector. I might have to buy
Duff beer,
cans and bottles.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I'd buy a bottle of Duff beer. That's for sure. So you showed this to me.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if it was from Comic-Con or if it was just released.
I think it was actually right before Comic-Con started.
Okay. But it's the first official look at the new Ghostbusters. All 4 of them in outfit next to the Ecto 2, I think it's called, actually.
Yeah.
And
which looks like an old 1980s Cadillac.
Yep. And
with
their
hearse,
proton
actually.
packs on and everything. Yeah. And they look great, in my opinion. And it really kind of looks like maybe they're just going the route that they're just the female version of the Ghostbusters. Because that kind of looks like the Dan Aykroyd. She kind of looks like the Bill Murray. That one looks like the Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the black one.
That's the black one. And the black one.
And the black one.
Yep.
But yeah.
No one really remembers.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
I mean, I like this. So it looks good. They're all kind of angry looking though.
A little bit. They got that kind of serious look, but they just end up looking angry.
Yeah.
We'll post that on Facebook so everybody can see. And then we have a rumor coming from Marvel. The Doctor Strange movie is eyeing Rachel McAdams for its female lead. Do you remember who Rachel McAdams is?
Yeah.
She's most famously in The Notebook.
And the Time Traveler's Wife.
Oh, is she in the Time Traveler's Wife?
What else?
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she.
Robert Downey Jr.
She
version.
was the lady in red.
Yeah,
technically.
Yep. So I don't know. I like her.
I don't know. Who did they say that she's going to play?
Probably not. She's probably the down to earth person that Doctor Strange has to explain the universe to. You know.
Yep.
Like, what are you doing? Using magic. Oh.
I hope they show Doctor Strange as a arrogant douchebag, like he is in the comics, until he gets his, because he's this world famous surgeon, and he makes a lot of money, and he's really good at his job. Blah,
and he's
blah,
a
blah.
jerk.
He's a jerk. He's a douchebag, and I hope that they go that route. With it. So,
and you know what? That's what makes Marvel characters so much better than DC characters, in my opinion, is they're all flawed in some way.
DC does a lot of that, though.
Yeah,
they are
starting much, though. Yeah, they're finally catching up. But, Batman's just like, I'm always justice, and I never kill, and blah, blah, blah.
But also, that's also why I like DC, is the fact that they know they're a comic company.
That's
and
true.
They know their characters are out of this world, so why not make them that way?
Well-
why not make them the perfect embodiment of what they're trying to portray? But I mean, they've gone down that route. I keep saying road. Is that correct? Is that
They've gone down that route.
road?
Both
route?
of them are
yeah,
correct.
Whatever. Well, I keep saying rote.
Route.
Yeah, it's a route. Maybe I'm Canadian. I'm channeling my Canada right now.
Hey.
Yeah. But I like the fact that they do that. And they've tried to turn the Green Lanterns into, flawed characters. They've tried to turn Batman into them. And they end up going back to what works, what sells comic books. And I buy both. I'm not biased towards either one. I buy way more DC, but that's just because I like more characters from DC than I like Marvel.
Yeah.
But I still love Marvel. I still love their comics.
Oh, yeah. Marvel. I mean, you can like them both, Scott. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the casting couch.
Okay.
We've got 3 casting news. We'll start off with the biggest one, actually, even though I put it here in the middle. Marissa Tomei has been cast as Aunt May.
I didn't know Aunt May was supposed to be attractive.
Yeah, that's going to confuse a lot of kids.
Because guess what? In the comics, she's not. And in all the other movies, she's not.
Nope.
Sally Fields, no, she wasn't at all. Is that who? I think that's
Yeah,
who it
no,
is, right?
you're
I
right.
was
It's Sally Fields.
Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking
I'm
like...
usually terrible with names, so I wait for you to correct me.
No, you're doing...
like, Sally
you're
Fields?
doing great, Scott.
Okay. Good.
I kind of thought... I think Sally Fields
It's
is
the new
kind of
chair.
attractive. Yeah, the new chair.
The new chair.
I am full of new knowledge.
Yes.
But yeah, Marissa Tomei does not really look like an Aunt May. Like, they're going super young.
Well, and there's a meme floating around Facebook where it's Aunt May from the first 3 movies, and it's the really old lady, and then Aunt May from the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and it's Sally Fields, and then the new Aunt May, it's Marissa Tomei, and then Aunt May in 2025, and it's
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But, however, so Peter Parker is always portrayed in either his teenage years, 16, 17, 18,
Or his
early 20s.
Yeah.
And Aunt May has always been super old.
Yeah.
She must be like the oldest sister out of the whole family.
Yeah, I mean, she must be
So-
like 70.
Because if I look at it just from our perspective, I mean, when I was 21, our aunts were only in their 40s.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I guess you could have
makes
have a
sense,
hot aunt,
but
I don't know.
It's just going to confuse me.
Yeah.
I don't want to look at Aunt May like that, Scott. She's supposed to be homely.
I don't know. Maybe she will be.
Maybe.
Maybe they'll wrap her up in like a moo-moo or something.
Marissa Tomei, you're too attractive. We need to uglify you.
Exactly.
Uglify, that's the word. For
Uglify?
it. Yep.
Just like this podcast. It gets uglified.
It gets uglified. Then we have a Supergirl casting for a character that we both know, Maxwell Lord, the leader of Checkmate, basically. Bad guy. He's got like a telepath, I think, eventually. He's got like telepathic mind control stuff going on, but he's like the leader of this bad organization.
Oh, I'm thinking of Manchester Black.
No.
Totally different.
Yeah.
But basically the same thing. Yeah.
But Peter Fasinelli has been cast. You may know him if you've seen the Twilight movies. He's the dad vampire. The dad pyre. He's also been in like the Scorpion King. I mean, some other stuff. It's just
so nothing really good.
No.
Okay.
I like the Scorpion King, actually.
It's enjoyable, but it's kind of dumb. But then again,
Jimmy and
all
6
of the
Feet
Mummy,
Under.
all of the Mummy and the spin-offs
Yeah.
are kind of dumb.
Yeah, they're kind of dumb.
I mean, Brendan Fraser's kind of dumb. just him in general. He's just kind of he's kind of a goofball. So
And then we have Daredevil casting news for season 2. They are bringing on Elektra, and they have cast Elodie Young, Y-U-N-G, as Elektra.
okay.
And she has been in G.I. Joe Retaliation, District 13, and a few others.
Well, she looks the part, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, they have her here in a red outfit from, I think, G.I. Joe 2, and she looks like Elektra. In
Yeah.
fact, she looks better than Jennifer Garner.
Oh well, of course, because Elektra's isn't she Asian? Elektra technically,
No, she's Greek.
she's Greek. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nachos. It's Greek.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to be a food at all.
I saw a little news article about the Punisher, Shane from Walking Dead, and I think they showed a picture of him in sort of
Punisher.
clothes.
Yeah,
but he looks good. He looks fine as far as the casting goes.
Yeah, I'm excited. I wish it was
Frank Castle,
or not Frank Castle.
Thomas Jane.
I wish it was Thomas Jane, but we're just gonna have to deal with it.
Well, whatever.
All right, for more Comic-Con fun, stick around for trailers and videos.
All my circuits will be right back after this word from Slurm. It's highly addictive.
Look! It's Slurm's Mackenzie!
He's the original party worm. Ooh.
Whammy wham wham wazzle! Let's party!
Whammy wham wham wazzle.
Whammy wham wham wazzle.
All right, let's talk about some awesome trailers and videos that came out this week.
So many good ones.
This is the best part of Comic-Con, in my opinion.
So, let's start with the one that won it all, in my opinion.
Let me see. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, there's other ones are great.
There's so many other good ones. But the Batman versus Superman trailer came out.
Yep.
And
a full trailer. 3 minutes and 60 seconds
And it wasn't a
long.
leak either. Like, that surprised me. I was expecting a leak.
But we get to see Batman, obviously, and in his suit, doing stuff, obviously. Superman doing awesome things.
Yep.
Obviously.
And going to court. I told you it was a court case.
Yep. Well, that's what the V is for. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. You get to see her not just standing there,
great.
actually doing action stuff. However, I still have an issue with her. She has some goofy looking face.
Yeah.
She's like trying to.
You mean trying to be angry but end up looking
face.
constipated?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Awesome quotes from it.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Lex Luthor stuff?
Okay, so Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, with hair.
Yes.
Now, at first I was like, oh my gosh, give him a bald. However, I didn't care. Like, it didn't bother me one bit. I know, because at one point he's looking at this kryptonite meteorite, and it's it's huge.
Glowing.
It's probably like a foot by foot length and width, and it's glowing. So maybe he gets like radiation poisoning.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing is we've
One
seen the
thing-
picture of him bald, so it's like they're not going to do that and just have it be. And Jesse Eisenberg was talking about how he was scared to go bald.
Yeah.
So they're not just going to do that.
Yeah.
And then
not actually show it.
Yeah, and then not actually show it.
There is one scene from it that kind of, I don't know what the heck's going on. Superman bowing down in front of Lex Luthor. What in the world?
I think that's kryptonite.
You think so?
I think he's like kryptonite infected, and Lex is like, haha, I've got you. Because if you notice, he looks up in that scene and he's got this look of like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, not kill you. This is Superman we're talking about. But he's like, how dare you?
You know what? Spoilers. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because you're going to go watch it, and let's go. There are scenes with Batman running towards the Wayne Tower as it's being destroyed by Zod and Superman inside of it with heat fishing. There is, of course, we get to see Alfred now.
Jeremy Irons.
Talking to him. And Alfred is the voice of reason.
Yes.
Saying, he is not our enemy.
Yeah, he's the good guy.
We do not need to fight Superman. He's not our enemy.
He's the one who saved a bunch of people,
But, Affleck, Batman, is going to be... Batfleck. He's going to be pissed off at it for some
because
reason.
I think he loses Wayne Tower. The whole Wayne Tower goes down in Metropolis.
Apparently there's a couple... It said on the headline that it showed... Dozens dead.
Yeah.
So he lost a bunch of people in his company. You get to see an old.
You ruined my company, Superman. I'm angry at you.
You get to see an old Robin costume with "ha ha ha" the joke's on you, Batman, spray painted onto the front of it in his Bat cave.
Best moment ever.
So, a la Jason.
And that's perfect. That's so perfect.
I know.
By the way, Ben Affleck is going to direct the Batman solo movie that's coming.
Okay. So. From what I saw from the trailer, I don't know why people are complaining. He looks great as Batman, and he looks great as
the few
Bruce
hints
Wayne.
of the fight scene.
Oh my gosh!
That you get in there is amazing.
When he's Batman standing on a wall. And Superman flies up and then shoots his laser vision at him, and Batman uses his grappling hook to zip away. I'm
right
like, that,
before the lasers hit.
That was awesome.
And even though it's like that's not how lasers work, but that's awesome.
Batman and Superman fighting on a rooftop where he jumps on Superman and crashes him through the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, just some sweet, sweet stuff.
So somebody was complaining that they didn't like the metal suit for Batman because it made like it's too thick and it makes his face look really sunken.
Yeah.
And I turned to that person, I'm like, you mean a metal suit? The only way that he could conceivably take on Superman?
Best. Okay. There's a great scene with Superman and his mother, and she's saying like, you know, be Hope, Clark, be their savior, be what the world
Be their
needs,
angel,
or don't. You don't owe this world anything.
Yeah.
So, and he kind of looks at her like, "What are you talking about?" And I don't
You
know
know,
if that's
okay.
a dream sequence.
I have to say, Clark Kent's parents are like the worst in this series because you know he's talking to his dad in Man of Steel. And he's like, "Should I not have saved those people?" And he's like, "Maybe." and then she's like, "You don't owe us anything."
Yeah. But I mean, she's kind of right.
Well, yeah, and I think what she's getting at is, look, you either do this and be the hope that people need, or you don't do it at all.
Yeah.
Because you don't owe us anything, but it's your duty to be good. You know.
I think that Lex Luthor is going to be a big influence on Bruce Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about how, you know, the whole devils don't come from hell below, they come from the sky above, and, you know, the red capes are coming.
Yeah.
The red capes are coming.
There's a lot of good moments.
My best moment of the trailer, and I think you'll agree with me, there is a wrecked Batmobile halfway inside of a building. Superman rips the top of it off and throws it away, and Batman just stands up slowly and faces him down.
He does not give up about anything.
Nope, he does not. That it looks awesome. It gave me chills.
Yep,
watching it,
and then chills again when you watch it immediately after.
3 or 4 times now. I'm gonna probably watch it again after this podcast.
You know what? Yeah, probably. In fact, we'll watch it right now.
Yep.
No. Okay.
Let's keep going.
But
it's amazing. Go
All right.
check it out.
Yes.
And we'll also post all of these, of course, sometime around Wednesday.
I think so. Yeah, that's usually. Okay, let's talk about Vixen.
Yeah.
We saw a trailer for the animated CW show Vixen coming out, which, by the way, I saw a picture of the girl who's voicing Vixen.
Is it the whole show is Vixen, or is it?
Yeah, it's guest starring Oliver Queen and Barry Allen.
In the Flash.
Yeah, and their voice actors, too. And Cisco.
Yes.
Which was amazing.
Yeah, animated Cisco.
And this is going to be on CW Seed, which is their internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they're
internet.
on online TV or whatever.
But looking at the girl who they got to voice Vixen, she looks like Vixen.
Oh, yeah?
So they can bring her over into reality. Like, they're testing this with animated to where it's a little bit cheaper, maybe. But they can bring her over into real reality.
Yeah.
And it looks great. You get some cool moments. Cisco, of course, gets the best lines.
Yes, he does.
And he gets the last line where he's like, "I'm calling her Vixen."
Yeah.
You know?
The next one we've got on our list.
Yes. Which is probably second, like my second favorite.
I would say so. Same for me, too. And I don't even remember the movie it's based off of.
Yeah.
I really don't. I hardly know anything about it.
But Ash versus the Evil Dead, the TV series that's coming to Starz.
With Bruce Campbell, he's coming back, and he's playing the TV.
He's playing an old version of Ash.
Brilliant.
Like he's been just working for 20 years.
Yep.
It is hilarious. It is gory and violent and just...
And where's it coming?
Everything-
What is it coming to? Is it
Starz.
AMC? Starz. Okay.
And I can't wait.
Fantastic.
I think it said Starz. It said Starz in the corner, but I heard something about it being on Syfy.
I mean, there are some hilarious parts, and there's a part where it's like, and if you run out of ammo, use your beer bottle.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not a good weapon. You had to stab the guy like 12 times, and it shows him stabbing a guy over and over and over with
Yep.
it. He's like, well, I was just sharpening it for you. Come on, let's go.
Bruce Campbell is like the best. I got to see him first. I got to see a man about a book, and also first I got to do some cardio because my heart is jackhammering like a quarterback on prom night.
There, at the very end, he pounds 2 crosses in the ground for some dead, I guess, friends or people, and the girl goes, you know they're Jewish, right? And he's like, well, I wish you would have told me that before I made these stupid crosses.
Yeah.
I look like an idiot.
It's so good.
It looks amazing. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We also got every time they do a Game of Thrones panel, they do something fun. Like they've done an in memoriam before to show everybody's deaths on the panel. But this one they did Game of Thrones in pop culture, which is a 3-minute video that you get to see the different references to Game of Thrones from everything, including things like Sesame Street, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, Pretty Little Liars,
Simpsons opening theme. Yep.
Parks and Recreation has a clip in there. I mean, everything.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Really cool.
Yep. The next one we've got is Fear the Walking Dead. They released a 3-minute long trailer or so. I'm a little more interested now.
What this needs to be, and I'm interested too because it actually showed what's going on instead of just like 12-second clips. What this needs to be is it needs to be a 6 to 10 episode miniseries.
Okay.
And that's it. One season.
I was just going to say that, actually.
Yeah, because you don't need, like, after that initial, like, what happened with the zombie plague and everything, and when society collapses, you don't need anything else beyond that.
Yeah. I mean, they need to show...
Because it's there in The Walking Dead.
They need to... from the very first people getting sick, to the very first sightings of zombies, to the very first hordes of zombies, and then all collapse. And that's it. And once the collapse happens, then you're done. Maybe even show, like, Rick getting in his coma.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then he... Because I think he gets shot, doesn't he?
No, he gets shot before all this happens.
And he's still in the coma, right?
Yeah, he wakes up after
maybe
the collapse.
Maybe show... Not even if that's not available, or if he's not available to do that, maybe just show, like, a news story of that happening.
Yeah. Well,
local cop gets shot in...
Well, here's the thing. So
News at 11.
Georgia...
Yeah.
is where Walking Dead takes place.
Yeah, this is California.
LA. Yeah, so is where Fear the Walking Dead takes place.
Well, they can still do a news story from across the world.
Georgia cop shot.
Yeah, and ends up in coma.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, and then there was also a Walking Dead Season 6 trailer.
Yep.
We did not watch it. We will post it for you people who want to. But we haven't watched it because we are not caught up.
Yeah, we're like 8 episodes behind.
And that's going to be super spoilers for us.
We need to just sit down and watch all
we
those.
do, yeah.
Just power through.
I mean, it's the summertime, Scott. What else do we have going on?
Video
whole games,
of stuff. Whole bunch of stuff.
Yep. I mean, obviously, we don't skip podcasts in the winter.
No.
And then a couple trailers came out that I weren't sure if they were from Comic-Con or not. Con Man, the Alan Tudyk and
Nathan Fillion.
Thank you. Oh, geez, I need a new chair.
Yeah, you do.
Their little project.
Did you see that Michael Dorn was in it as well?
Yes. And Gina Torres is in it. Felicia Day. Will Wheaton.
And I don't know the guy's name, but he plays
Peter
on Heroes. Yeah.
Sean Mayer is in it.
He also played the Butcher. Was it the Butcher or
the Ogre?
The Ogre
in
on Gotham.
Yeah, he played. That was a good role for him.
Yeah, it was a good role.
Yeah, but it's hilarious. You get to see like what this series is going to be about. It's a Vimeo exclusive series, web series, and it looks great.
Yep.
So,
sorry, I was trying to stifle a yawn there.
Stifle?
Stifle.
Alrighty, well, now I'm going to yawn. And then we actually got another one called the Shannara Chronicles.
Now, I had seen a article that said something like John Rhys Davies and elves in a medieval setting. Looks like we've seen this before, you know, and I was like, whatever. But I didn't even click on it because it didn't register with me at all. But this, based off the book by Terry Brooks.
Yep, I think the first one is called The Sword of Shannara. And at first it looks like a normal fantasy thing, and then you see things that are interesting.
You start seeing glimpses of current monuments and structures and cars and things like that,
like all wrecked and
destroyed,
decrepit.
So the Shannara Chronicles, I think, are built on the ruins of the old world,
and it's all magic too.
Yeah,
it's not like world collapsed and then we got into medieval times. Like there's literal magic.
Yeah,
in the first 30 seconds,
it looks very well done.
Yeah.
It looks like it has a movie budget.
It does.
Like the way that they were showing some of the
It really
special
does.
effects.
And Jon Favreau is executive producing it, which he does great work.
Yeah.
Except for Cowboys versus Aliens.
Yeah.
But we won't talk about that.
Yeah, well, even the director came out and said...
The producer.
The producer said, I really regret doing that because it flopped so badly.
Oh, jeez.
And he's like, I don't even really like Cowboys and Aliens. And I saw that Jon Favreau's involved and all these big names. And I was like, yeah, great. Do it. And then it sucked.
Yeah, it sucked. And then we have other trailers as well.
Yes,
things like Steve Jobs.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh.
Shannara. When is that
Shannara.
that's coming out to?
January 2016 to MTV.
MTV. That's right. Okay.
Which is kind of weird to say that there's a TV series.
I don't know.
MTV.
Yeah. But then again, we also saw The Walking Dead on AMC. AMC
true.
can't do anything. And then they ended up doing a fantastic...
HBO doesn't have any good series. They just do movies.
They've always done good series, actually.
We've just
But
never
I mean,
seen
everything.
them.
Stars, Showtime. I mean, they're all producing amazing TV series, and they usually have more money than the network television
Because they're cable and they're
or
better.
maybe they don't have more money. They're just willing to spend more money on a TV show.
Yep.
So, to kind of break the mold, I guess.
So Scott, why don't you talk to the fans
So
about Steve Jobs?
I'm a big computer geek. If you know me, you know that's true.
I'm looking at 3 monitors that would say you are.
Yeah, and a computer in front of you.
Well, I mean, yeah, the
And
computer,
another monitor.
and then behind
And a
you is another
laptop.
computer.
Yeah, all over.
and,
I got computers everywhere.
You deal with the soundboard stuff.
Yeah, big computer geek. Not a huge Apple fan.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone, but I don't have a Mac or anything like that. However, I've really liked this. I've really loved the story of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and their whole them two competing and building, basically starting computers for the world.
Yeah.
They didn't obviously invent them.
No.
But they made them marketable and for the home user.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a new movie coming out called Steve Jobs, and I think we've already talked about it. But there's a better trailer out now,
Like a
with-
full trailer,
full
not
trailer,
just like a
not
teaser.
just a teaser. And it actually looks really interesting. It kind of covers all the things in his life where he touches about his wife, but he never married her.
Yeah.
And his daughter that it took him like 20 years to
Accept.
reconcile with and stuff, and all kinds of crazy stuff happening. So it looks interesting. I'll probably go see it. I don't know if you guys will come with me, but
maybe.
yeah,
It might be one of those rent on DVD, and
I know you'll probably go see the next one. Maybe.
maybe. So we're talking about Creed.
Yes.
Which sounds like an Assassin's Creed movie at first. No, it's
Apollo Creed's son and Apollo Creed from the Rocky movies.
Yep. So Apollo Creed's son, played by Michael B. Jordan,
Yep.
wants to be a famous boxer, and who does he get help from?
None
Sylvester
other than
Stallone.
Stallone himself. Yep.
Rocky himself.
Yep.
And it does look interesting. I'll probably go see it. I don't know if my wife will, but I mean,
Yeah, we can go see it.
she can go see the Peanuts movie.
Yeah. The next one I got on the list is a YouTube video
Yeah. So
from a company it's called Bat in the Sun is the channel. So Bat in the Sun. And they do superhero beatdowns, is what they call it.
they've had some really good ones.
Yes. And so they do fan-made versus trailers. Thor versus Superman.
Green Ranger versus Ryu.
Yeah. Batman versus
Darth-
Deadpool.
or Darth Vader.
Or Darth Vader. Or Wolverine. Wolverine versus the Predator.
Yep.
All kinds of cool stuff like that. They just did their very first team-up video.
Yes.
It is Joker and Harley Quinn versus Deadpool and Domino. And, oh my gosh.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
The guy playing the Joker, he's really good. He's almost
Mark
had, he almost had Mark Hamill's voice down.
Yep.
And it is awesome. And
Deadpool's funny.
they have two they always do so it's a fan vote. They always do the fan vote for the main video.
Yeah.
Who won, who everyone thought would win. And then they also do an alternate ending where they film the other thing. And when I say fan made, a lot of times we cringe because they're not good. These are very
and I
well
did
done.
cringe when you first said it.
Yeah, and these are very well done though. Almost very surprisingly.
Yeah.
Surprisingly well done. So check it out. So that's Joker and Harley versus Deadpool and Domino on Bat in the Sun. So the next one, which this one actually kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We talked about that it was going to be made, but we hadn't heard anything else from it. So starring Jack Black.
Yep.
Goosebumps.
Jack Black is R.L. Stine.
Yes. And if you grew up, if you're the same age as us, you probably grew up reading Goosebumps, Animorphs, a couple others.
Animorphs.
I've got them all.
I know. I
I've
need
got
to
every
read
single
them.
one. But Goosebumps, it's Kid, they show the trailer. Kid moves in next door to a house. He sees a really cute girl. The dad comes out and goes, "You see that fence there? Stay on your side of the fence."
Yep.
You know, he hears the girl scream at night and runs over to save her,
Thinking that her dad is...
that hurting her or
Yeah.
something. And they find out, they go into his library and he opens one of the books and releases The Abominable Snowman of Minnesota.
Yep.
Wasn't it?
I think so.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it's one of the Goosebumps
One of the
villains.
and then he ends up releasing all the Goosebumps monsters on accident, and
They have to go track them all
Jack
down.
Black is amazing in it.
It looks funny. It looks entertaining. It looks like it's going to be a bit kiddie. So be
Yeah,
aware,
probably.
because it's Goosebumps. You know, they may be evil, but they're still kids.
Yeah,
But it looks good. I'm super excited for it.
I'll go watch it.
Yeah. We also got a Doctor Who trailer, not the real Doctor Who trailer.
Yeah,
You
no.
can calm down.
Although it's Peter Capaldi,
Yes.
actually playing his.
I believe so.
I think it's his voice. so.
And it's Lego Dimensions, actually.
Yes.
And I
Batman,
I
Wild
really-
Style, and
Gandalf.
Gandalf get rescued by the Doctor. So
And I really want to play this game now.
yeah, because I love the Lego games, and I think they're usually very well written, and they're really funny and really snarky.
Yep.
And they have a lot of fun stuff, just like the movie. The movie
Yep.
was brilliant.
The Daleks are in it.
Daleks are in it. The Cybermen are in it.
Cybermen.
That's what it's called, Cybermen.
I thought it was Cybermen.
Is it? I don't know.
Anyway, and then when we're looking,
I'm
it's
not really
all
a Whovian, I
Capaldi.
guess.
You know, it's all
Yeah.
Capaldi and talking about it and everything. You know, he sees Batman, Wild Style, and Gandalf. And he's like, we've met before. You don't remember. You not for you guys yet.
Yeah,
you know,
probably don't know.
Yeah, you probably haven't been there yet. But at the end, and you're thinking like, okay, we just get Capaldi, but at the end, all the doctors.
Yep.
You get to see all the Lego
13
doctors.
of them, I think.
12.
13, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not that big of a
Yep.
Whovian. I don't hate the show. I just haven't watched enough of it. to know.
Yeah. But
all I was happy that Christopher Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor, was in it. So I'm okay. With
like,
that.
I'm gonna play that one.
Yeah,
I'll
12
be-
doctors. 12 doctors.
12. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Unless they decide to do some quirky thing
Unless-
where they regenerate him the 13th
Well,
time.
no, because there was the one doctor that's John Hurt. That's like the war doctor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which is, I think, one of the doctors just grew up, like aged naturally. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's Doctor Who stuff. We need a Doctor Who expert in here
Yeah.
to tell us what's going on. And then we have from Telltale Games a Minecraft game.
I'm actually so excited for this.
This is a story mode. It's called Minecraft Story Mode, and it's basically, a Telltale game in Minecraft, which means that finally Minecraft is getting a plot. Then
Yeah, I'd say to have a plot. Just like The Walking Dead. They made the Walking Dead games. What else did they make?
Wolf Among Us,
Yeah, they pretty much any like
Game of Thrones. They actually made a game.
any game based on like a TV show or a movie. They pretty much do.
Yeah.
and they
It's
usually
really
do
cool.
really well.
Yeah.
Really good job. And it looks awesome.
I
Still got kind of like the blocky Minecraft feel, but
a little bit better quality looking to it.
Yep.
So we also got a new Transformers game coming out.
this looks.
And when you saw this, you were like, "Oh, another Transformers game?
Yep.
Okay, whatever."
Until I saw that it is the classic 1980s Transformers, not
Yes.
the new movie style. So Bumblebee is actually a beetle, guys. He's actually a slug bug.
It looks so cool, and it looks like
Yes.
Borderlands.
Yeah, it's
which-
kind of got like the Borderlands-ish art style.
which I've talked about that I don't really like as much, but it works.
It works
for
really
like
well.
when you're trying to do 1980s
And we
cartoon
don't
stuff.
know. We don't know if it's a fighting game, team fight, arena game.
Yeah,
we don't know yet because there's a lot of scenes where they're just brawling back and forth,
And there's scenes where they're driving.
and there's scenes where they're shooting. So it might have a whole story mode, which would be awesome.
Yep. What else we got? So Arkham Knight came out.
Yes.
A lot of people are playing it and loving it. And their first DLC is coming out, which is a... Oh, sorry. Ugh.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
It's called Arkham Knight: A Matter of Family, and in this you get to play as Batgirl, and Robin.
Is it
For a little
Robin or
bit, too.
Nightwing? I thought
It's
it was
Robin.
I thought it was Nightwing.
It's Robin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you basically go to this island where Harley Quinn and the Joker have captured Commissioner Gordon and threatening to kill him if Batman shows up. So you have to you have to play Joker's sick little game.
Yep.
And it's probably going to end with the Joker shooting Batgirl in the spine.
Ooh.
I think that's what we're
Think
getting
so?
here. Yep. But you get classic Harley Quinn look. Batgirl looks amazing, and the Joker.
And by classic, you mean like from the animated
Yes.
series, the full jumpsuit, black and white, not the new style where she's skimpy or a nurse or whatever. I mean, the original Harley, which looks awesome. When I first saw it, I
looks
was
amazing.
like, wow.
and the
Of
Joker's
course.
Mark Hamill.
Of course, yeah, Mark Hamill.
I mean, and that's been, Troy Baker's been kind of doing the Joker
yeah.
in some of the other stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention that.
I thought Mark was done. He keeps saying he's done with the Joker.
I think he meant done as in like Arkham City ended, and he's like goodbye to Joker because spoiler alert, Joker dies in Arkham City.
Yeah, because he's
at the end of
he's
it.
got that disease or whatever.
Yeah. But Mark Hamill actually tweeted and said that he would love to do the Joker for the Killing Joke.
Huh.
And I'm like, yeah, sure,
All right.
do it.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right, Scott, tell me about Dark Matter.
So Dark Matter, a TV show.
Oh, it's a TV. I was hoping you would tell me.
It's not the not the
Science
stuff that makes up
phenomenon.
like 70 or was it 30% of the universe.
I thought it was 70.
No, Dark Energy is.
Oh, Dark Energy
has
okay.
has more. Regular matter has like 3% of the universe.
Oh. So that should be called matter, and we should be called light matter.
Right. Well, no, yeah, that should be matter. We should be the dark matter. Or we should be the weird matter.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's on Syfy.
Okay.
Sci-fi Syfy.
You're not selling me so far.
Okay. So it's about a crew that wakes up from stasis with their memories wiped. They're in a
Okay.
derelict ship. It's floating amongst the stars. Obviously, it's probably not working.
Yeah.
And that's why they're awakened from stasis. And they don't know why. They don't know what happened to them. They don't know how they got there. They don't know who wiped their memories. And little by little, their memory comes back. There's probably going to be a lot of interpersonal fighting for a little bit until they work things out. And there's probably going to be some external threats.
So it's like
the
Lost
quality,
in space.
Kind of.
Wait.
Yeah. No, not Lost in Space. Lost, comma.
In space.
But it actually looks pretty good to me. But then again, I sucker for sci-fi shows. And not just sci-fi, I mean science fiction.
Science fiction. Yeah.
And I love that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna probably check it out, and we'll put a trailer on Facebook for everyone to watch. The next one, we were a little hesitant to put this on here because we didn't know how well it was going to be until we started playing it. And for the music alone, you need to go watch this next video.
Yep.
It is the Super Mario World redone Game of Thrones intro style.
Yes.
And it is brilliant.
It's like a 16-bit
It's the
music.
Yep, 16-bit music of Game of Thrones.
Combined with all the visuals, the building up of like Yoshi's Island.
Yep.
And the Koopa Castle and
the
Mushroom
same,
Kingdom.
the same kind of like topographical features that you would find in Super Mario, done in Game of Thrones. It's awesome. I'm probably gonna go and get it. I'm gonna put it as my ringtone. I really am. It's
it works.
awesome.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
And the last one, maybe the least one.
Yeah,
because I don't know. I've never really watched Naruto. Have you?
I've watched a little bit of it.
All I know is he can turn into a girl at one point.
That's not him. That's another.
No. I'm not talking about Ranma 1/2. I'm talking about
No. I mean, that's not Naruto.
Naruto. Okay,
it's
some other
another
guy.
character. His main power is that he can copy himself.
That's right. But there's a movie happening, and it's called Baruto, I think, or whatever that is in Japanese.
Yeah, Baruto,
Naruto, whatever. We didn't really. We watched about 2 seconds of it. It was all subtitled, and we went, nope. Okay, we're done.
Okay, so I have a confession to make.
Okay,
I have been liking a lot more anime lately.
Yes, you have. You've been watching a lot.
I've been watching I've gone through several series because anime does it like 1 or 2 seasons and you're done.
Yes,
for most of it.
Yeah.
Certain ones like Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Naruto,
and
they all go longer.
You've always liked like Cowboy Bebop and what's the Nadesco and Trigun.
Yeah.
So yeah, go watch it, guys. If you like anime, you'll probably like this. If you like Naruto, you'll like this.
But what I was going to say is that I still don't like subtitle stuff.
I don't either.
I can't stand it.
Nope.
It's
it's because
it's so hard to watch.
It's anime itself is already really hard to watch just because it's really weird sometimes.
Yep.
But then when you have to spend extra energy to read what's on the screen, and I'm good at reading and I can read fast, it takes a lot more effort than just listening.
Yeah.
So,
alrighty, let's go ahead and get into our picks of the week.
Well, nick of time. What does that make us? Big damn heroes, sir. Think we judge.
All right, it's time to tell you what we've been geeking out about this week.
Yes.
Or what we're excited for, because neither of us have what we're geeking out about this week, but we're both excited.
Yes. Why don't you go first?
Okay. So they just finally released a new Risk game, Scott. I know you love Risk. If you have like 12 hours.
I don't hate it, but yeah, again, it does take a very long time.
But they just released a Risk for Game of Thrones, a Westeros Risk. And I'm really
so you either
all
win,
about that.
you either win or you die.
Yep. And that's probably what it says on the cover.
Yeah, or at least on like the instruction booklet.
Yep. So yeah, Game of Thrones Risk. Go check it out.
It's probably going to be, it's like they're like $30 or $40.
Yep.
For the game. And if you're into board games,
Actually,
stuff,
Risk runs a little higher.
Yeah, that's true. There's
Just
a lot
because,
of pieces,
there's a lot of pieces that they have to.
That and it's been around for a long time, and there's so many different versions of it.
Oh yeah, I've got Lord of the Rings Risk. There's Plants vs Zombies Risk.
Yeah.
There's
Isn't
The
there
Walking
one?
Dead Risk.
Isn't there one where you can actually go to the moon at one point?
Yes, there's like Risk 2025 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 2555 or
Yeah.
2525. Cleopatra 2525.
Yep. Risk Cleopatra 2525.
But yeah, I mean, go check it out. Just go. I mean,
and if you're a collector too,
Yeah.
like it's a good collector's item to pick up the Game of Thrones version.
yeah, I mean, if you're a Game of Thrones
just
collector,
like
if you're a
there's
Risk
a
collector,
StarCraft Risk.
oh yeah.
And I wanted to pick that up not because I'm a Risk fan, but because I'm a StarCraft.
So for me, Risk games are funner when it's not like the actual world.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like it's like, oh yeah, I invade England. Oh, that's kind of cool. But it's like, no, I'm invading Castle Black right now.
Right.
And there's probably going to be some
I'm going to take Helm's Deep.
Exactly. Yeah. That's really fun when the orcs actually take Helm's Deep.
Right.
But yeah, so what's your pick of the week, Scott?
So my pick of the week is a Kickstarter. It's Kickstarted by
trying to get me to spend more money, huh?
Yeah, and I know you're going to because
I know.
these are awesome.
Yeah.
D.Link Studios.
Okay.
So the letter D. It's D-Link Studios. And of course, we'll put both of these up on
the Facebook page.
And it is called Space Roller. Futuristic dice for your sci-fi games. And if you're anything like us, you play sci-fi games.
Yep.
Now, I've got hundreds of dice. I really do.
You are a dice whore.
I am a dice whore. However, I have none that glow.
No.
And these glow.
No.
They glow.
I want
I don't know
them.
if it's glow in the dark or just in general.
There's little
glow.
dots.
Yes. So these are D6s. They have they call them chamfered edges, which are 45-degree edges, so that they roll easier. And they 3D printed some models. So what it is they do injection molded of glow in the dark dice. So they've got neon green and neon blue, and if they reach enough backers, they'll get neon orange as well. And you can start backing from $1, obviously, but you don't get anything until about $10. And then you get a pair of dice. 20 gets you 2 pair, 34 all the way up to like 80 to 100. And so they look awesome. They've got lines carved in them, just like they were glowing computer chips. Yeah. They're kind of like Tron-ish.
Yeah, they look a little
That's
Tron-ish.
what it looks like to me, kind of like Tron.
They were only $5,000 away from their orange glow.
Sweet. I know that. Well, they're probably pretty close, actually.
Right there. 45,000 out of 50,000.
50?
Yeah.
They've got 19 days to go. They've already been back. I mean, it's been back since day 2, I think. But go check them out. We'll post a link. It
looks like
I want to support stuff like this because I love when people make cool things. I mean, I don't know. I love making stuff. I love things that are made.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'll point out that they are glowing, and it looks like the lighting around here is bright.
Yeah. That's true.
They're not just going to be glow in the dark ones.
So it'll probably be like one of those fluorescent what they call it, fluorescent plastics that react to UV light or to regular light. Even if they just glow in the dark, I wouldn't care. I would
go shut out the lights. I got to roll.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the lights off. I'm gonna roll. But I'm picking them up. 1, because they're awesome. 2, because we play some sci-fi tabletop games, and board games, and I want to have a nice set of sci-fi style dice.
It's the exact same reason I picked up fantasy coins, because every fantasy board game I want to have actual coins.
Actual coins, yes.
Yep.
So we'll post links to those on Facebook, and you guys can go check them out. And if you end up supporting either one or getting them, let us know.
Absolutely,
And
we'd love to hear
if
it.
you're nearby and you want some people to play Risk with, for
I'm always
Game of
looking for
Thrones?
new board game people.
Corey loves playing board games. I might be inclined to join. It just depends on my mood.
Yeah.
So,
It's like a very specific. It's like Red Moon. You need to make sure you do the ritual circle.
Yep, you must sacrifice a virgin.
Yep. Sacrificing a virgin to you, huh?
But I didn't say a human virgin.
Okay.
I mean, it could be like a virgin fish, for all I care. A cow.
Aw.
Sacrifice a virgin cow.
Aw. Piggly.
Alrighty.
Well, if you want to get a hold of us,
Yes.
ask us where we are, that sort of thing, you can send an email to actsofgeekery@gmail.com.
You can also go to facebook.com/actsofgeekery and leave us a comment there or send us a private message. We're always on it, so we'll be able to get back to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Twitter.com. We are at Acts of Geekery, or just use the hashtag Acts of Geekery.
You can find all of our videos on youtube.com. You can search for Acts of Geekery. That's our channel name. And we'll post all of our current podcasts and sometimes other videos.
And go give us a review on iTunes already, would ya?
yeah.
Come on.
Even if you don't use
Seriously.
iTunes, please go sign up, leave us a review. That's going to support us the best. It's going to get us up on the new and noteworthy.
Yep, which gets us more listeners, which gets us more free reign to do things.
Yes.
And iTunes, you can just subscribe to our podcast there.
It's so easy to download through it. So, and those are all ACTS, not AXE.
Scott, it's great to be back.
Yes, it is.
Hopefully it won't be 2 weeks until... Well, to be honest, the reason why last week, besides 4th of July, there wasn't much.
That really wasn't.
Because Comic-Con was coming this week.
But on those weeks, I think that we need to maybe do a topic or something. So,
All right.
We'll figure that
All right,
out.
yeah, but I mean...
We're still learning, guys.
Yeah.
We've got 50 episodes.
It's not like
under
we've
our
got
belts.
this in the bag or anything.
Yeah.
But we do have an episode in the bag.
It's an ever evolving podcast.
We've almost had 52 episodes, a whole year's worth of episodes.
Yes.
I mean, we already had our year anniversary, but
Yep.
you know.
And we were half right on most of the stuff. So, we're half right half the time.
Acts of Geekery, 50% correct.
Yeah. 50% of the time,
It works every time. All right. That's a clip.
That is a clip.
That you guys have probably already heard it in this episode. Well, until next time, I'm Corey.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the Brothers Geek.
Keep geeking out.
Imperious Rex.
I can look at this. Look at this. I can Corey, look.
I know.
Are you looking?
I am looking.
Look at this. I can actually move around and get comfy without leaning against the desk behind me. Oh man. New chairs.